Då så mina damer och herrar är vi redo för att starta upp Raceweek 2025 på allvar. Första klassen ut är den norska Short Car som kommer att köra då med stillastående start. Och i och med detta ska jag också hälsa tittarna välkomna som följer oss via Svensk Bilsport TV och via respektive YouTube-kanal. Jag heter Thomas Nilsson som finns med från Speakertornet hela helgen igenom med vissa bisittare i några klasser, men i Short Car kommer jag att kommentera själv och nu har de ute på sitt formationsvarv och här kan man nästan säga att det är en motorcykel på 4 hjul, för det är faktiskt så i Short Car använder man majoriteten av delarna från just MC branschen då, och jag tror att det är faktiskt en Suzuki och även en några åker med Yamaha-motorer, för man kör ju i Short Car Bandit och Short Car Extreme i lite olika uppdelningar av de här klasserna, men vi ska ha koll på ställningarna framförallt när vi får ut de här om en liten stund. Men som sagt, motorcykel på 4 hjul kan vi väl kort sammanfatta Short Car för alla ni som är här på plats på Kinnekulle och ni som kollar via våran livesändning då. Vi har 7 förare till start i helgens första av 3 race ska vi säga. Det är ju Short Car och Akira som kör 3 race under en helg då. Resten av klassen kör ju 2 race och de kommer vi få se i morgon söndag. Men i pole position har vi då Torbjörn Solberg, start med 69. Bredvid Torbjörn har vi startat med 25 när vi strax får de här nedanför oss också i bild. Där har vi koll på läget också. Ja, 25an där, Marcus Myrstedt startar bredvid Torbjörn Solberg. Kollar vi in andra led här nu. Där har vi också koll på läget. Bakom safety car. Startar med 15. Ifrån ruta 2 då, Stian Frudelund. Lite ansvar också för norska Short Car-klassen. Så vill ni testa på klassen ska ni prata med Stian här under helgen. Bredvid honom ser vi här, startar med 84, Sigurd Finden. Kollar vi längre ner i tredje led har vi med oss start med 46, Kristoffer Steinil Kolebjörnsen. Och bredvid honom då ifrån ruta 6 har vi 151 Kristoffer Aumundsen. Och längst bak ruta 7 182 Dag-Erik Kristoffersen. Då tror vi har samtliga förare på plats som är här och gästar den svenska deltävlingen för norska Short Car. Jättekul att ha dem här. De här bilarna kör ju på lite olika underlag ska vi säga också hemma i Norge. Man kör ju även backtävlingar, man kör rallycross och som sagt i helgen då banracing, så att man kan tävla med de här bilarna på precis vilket underlag som helst. Jag tror även man har testat att köra lite is-racing på vintern. Allt är möjligt i norska Short Car. Men nu har vi 5 sekunders skylten uppe. Mina damer och herrar, vi ska släppa iväg helgens första race. Och där har vi lite tjuvstart ifrån 46an Kristoffer Kolebjörnsen. Ja, han kommer iväg till slut. Det var lite kalabalik bakom det så i alla fall. Det verkar som att de släpper fältet i alla fall. Jajamän, där har vi dem iväg. Vem är det som tar ledningen? Är det så att vi har Solberg från ruta 1 där som kom iväg bäst, tyckte jag mig se i alla fall. Vi får dem alldeles strax nedanför mig. Ja, det startar med 69 i alla fall som tar täten. Vi får koll på läget där bakom. Det har varit lite stökigt faktiskt längst bak i fältet. Men vi nu har dem ute i alla fall. Vi ska ju köra 12 minuter i detta första hit. Vi ska se här, driftar de på ganska ordentligt. Ja, det sladdar lite grann, men det är som det är i Legends också vi såg här förut. Det är inga konstighet att man kör på lite bredställ i de här klasserna. Ja, uppe i kvarnkurvan såg vi att det blir lite problem. Någon förare som viker av ganska ordentligt också faktiskt. Vem är det som får lite problem? Får koll på honom snart. Vi ser honom inte i bild just nu i alla fall. Han stannar nog till och med faktiskt uppe i kvarnkurvan. Inte så bra position där istället. Men på andra platsen såg vi att det är Solberg som tappade sin ledning första varvet. Och det tror jag faktiskt för den kommer iväg för egen maskin. Det är vi jätteglada för, så vi inte behöver ta ut safety caren mer än nödvändigt. Och då är det startnummer 25 som kommer där, startar med 69 och även 84 på en tredje plats. Sigurd Finden är med där uppe. Sen kommer därefter 151 Kristoffer Aumundsen. Stian Frudelund bra med i toppen här nu också, såg vi. Passerar nedanför oss. Sladdar till lite grann för förarna längre bak här nu. Det kan vara så att det är Kristoffersen och Kolbjörnsen som har lite problem med fästet där på baksidan. Han försöker ta nya tag nästa varv. Här kommer den i alla fall. Startar med 69 på andra platsen Solberg. Och sen 84 därefter på tredje Sigurd Finden. 46an kommer därefter och även 151an Kristoffer Aumundsen. Så vi även 46 längst bak. Fick faktiskt igång sin maskin efter problem i starten. Kristoffer Stensil Kolbjörnsen som istället då får ta sig upp genom fältet. Det kanske finns en möjlighet där. Och det såg vi också att föraren som fick problem på kvarnkurvan kommer ut på nytt ifrån depån då. Kanske kan fullfölja och få med sig några få poäng ifrån det första racet av 3. Ja, det börjar bli lite hett. Den sista platsen där har vi bra koll på läget. Här kommer några av dem i alla fall genom depåkurvan. Ledaren tar sig ut där. Med Marcus Myrstedt. Sen starten med 69 såg vi också den här svartguldiga. Det är Torbjörn Solberg. Sen Sigurd Finden. Stian Frudelund håller undan i ledningen, såg vi också här. Nästkommande varv. Vi har kolla placeringen bakom, ganska intressant fight. Men där kommer ledaren. Ska vi se om han tar in någonting här nu då. Men Stian Frudelund håller undan. Torbjörn Solberg på andra plats. Där viker han upp i kvarnkurvan. Vi ser tredje platsen en bit bakom. Men tog in lite grann på förra varvet. 7 och 20 kvar. Nu kommer han tillbaka. Stian Frudelund, bra start han fick som sagt ifrån tredje rutan. På andra platsen kommer Solberg. Tredje platsen fortfarande. Ja, man tar i ordentligt. Bra kört. Och 84an Sigurd Finden. Och 46an är på väg upp genom fältet, men en bra bit fram just nu. Man ska ta en pallplats. Kolbjörnsen är det, 46an som stod still i starten. Men kolla nu, andra platsen. Det är verkligen inte avgjort där uppe i toppen. Jag trodde han skulle rycka lite mer faktiskt, Stian Frudelund. Men det gjorde han inte. Men nu är han faktiskt uppe och attackerar direkt. Ta koll nu på 69an där, det där svarta. Torbjörn Solberg upp sida vid sida med Frudelund. Men han kommer inte förbi, men det var riktigt nära. Han låg sida vid sida, trodde han skulle behöva släppa det lite grann, men det gjorde han inte. Han biter ifrån ordentligt. Stian kommer inte bli så lätt att tas med, men nu tror han fick ett litet kast där och då är han förbi. Kolla in Solberg. Upp i ledningen faktiskt. Det hade han nog inte räknat med, Stian, att han skulle dika direkt där på insidan. Det gjorde han snyggt. Det gjorde han riktigt bra. Kolla nu på nästa varv. Är det så att Stian kan komma tillbaka? Det såg inte så ut här i alla fall. Nej, det gör det inte. Kolla nu. Nästa kameravinkel upp i kvarnkurvan. Han är faktiskt ett par meter före direkt på nästa varv. Otroligt fart han har fått nu här. Torbjörn Solberg. Stian Frudelund får nog verkligen försöka bara hålla farten uppe på andra platsen. Ja, det finns bra tid kvar faktiskt, men trean är faktiskt på gång. Start nummer 84, Sigurd Finden finns där bakom. Men vi har också strax efter Kolbjörnsen, Kristoffer Aumundsen också. Men 46 är på väg upp genom fältet. Dag-Erik Kristoffersen. Och här nu är det han förra som gjorde det påstoppet här. Fick ett problem på kvarnkurvan. Har passerat några förare, men det kommer bli svårt att ta ikapp försprånget här till topp 3. Vi har just nu Solberg som då passerat Stian Frudelund. Bra kört här. 4.25 kvar. Här passerar de in under bron nästa gång och här kommer ledaren alldeles strax nedanför mig i alla fall. Vi spikertornet upp mot TV-krönet och sen är 3an. Nej, bra varv ytterligare en gång här. Verkligen för Sigurd Finden. Aumundsen då, det är Kristoffer 151an. Och här ser vi nu starten med 46 framför oss i bild. Ni som kollar på livesändningen då. Det är Kristoffer Stensil Kolbjörnsen som är på väg upp. Förbi TV-krönet. Ledaren har vi alldeles strax. Här på väg upp mot Molinsknappen nu. Här kommer han på väg tillbaka från kvarnkurvan i den svart-guldfärgade. Start nummer 69, Torbjörn Solberg. Och tvåan kommer här precis nedanför mig. Han har inte släppt greppet i alla fall, men det kommer bli svårt om man ska ta tillbaka ledningen. Men 3an vill jag verkligen ha lite fokus på. 84 här i den vitgröna. Kolbjörnsen, han är faktiskt snabb. Riktigt snabb här på slutet. Vi ser hur långt det är kvar. Det är snart 3 minuter kvar att köra. Här kommer han faktiskt nu genom depåkurvan upp i start och mål. Där passerar han under Porsche-skylten. Kolbjörnsen, här har vi 2an och 3an. Där kommer han förbi och in under bron. Här kan man ha lite koll på läget. Han tar in i alla fall. Han känner väl vittringen nu på andra platsen. Men ja, det kan bli tufft. Men ni ser ju själva här via livesändningen också att han är närmare. Han ser ju till och med nu Stian Frudelund framför sig. Och han tar in. Nu är frågan om inte det här kommer bli tufft på avslutningen. Var vi kvar? Vi hade ju velat att köra ytterligare lite mer tid. Men det kan bli spännande. Men det är 2,5 minut kvar. Torbjörn Solberg mot Stian Frudelund och sen har vi Kristoffer Stensil Kolbjörnsen i den här norska shortcar. Som sagt, det är en riktigt fräck klass att se. Det går på lite härligt bredställ emellanåt. Men de kör ju på ganska varierande underlag hemma i Norge och det vore kul om de kunde göra det här på Kinnekulle också någon gång framöver. Vi har ju en rallycrossbana på inneplan som vi kan nyttja kanske för shortcar. Det vore fräckt med tanke på att de är ju ganska så varierande där hemma i Norge. Men vi får se. Jag tror att de har kört på lite rallycrossbana nere i Knutstorp faktiskt något år. Där de gästade. Det kanske finns samma läge även uppe på Gelleråsbanan framöver. Vi får se. Men det är kul att de kör lite banracing också här på Kinnekulle. Det svänger ju precis överallt på den här banan så att de trivs bra här, det vet jag. Hoppas att det kommer lite fler förare till klassen också framöver. Det är ju bara 8 stycken till start. Det är 7 här i det första heatet. I alla fall i helgen och 22 imorgon också. Men nu ska vi se då, mina damer och herrar. 1:20 kvar att köra. Hur går det i topp 3? Vi har de här nu. Här kommer han, 84. Kan han ta in lite grann ytterligare? Jajamän. Sigurd Finden uppe i kvarnkurvan. Du får han faktiskt lite lucka. Ledaren Torbjörn Solberg. Här kommer Stian Frudelund. Neråt igen vid den här lilla svackan. Efter Molinsknappen upp mot TV-krönet. Där har vi den grönvita. Sigurd Finden är ut på nästa varv. Även lite härlig kamp längre bak i fältet ser jag nu utanför det här vid flaggstängerna. Men just nu måste vi ha lite koll på kampen om topp 3. För det är bara sekunder kvar på klockan innan vi ska ta ut dem på sista varvet. Ja, det är 46 som stångar sig blodigt faktiskt här om platserna bakom. Men vi får nog faktiskt släppa det lite grann nu, för nu ska vi se hur det här går. i kampen. Jag tror också att ledaren börjar varva några förare. Jag hoppas att det går bra. Det gör det faktiskt. De har koll på läget där i sina små backspeglar. Och vad har vi... Var har vi tvåan någonstans? Är Stian Frudelund borta? Stian Frudelund hittar inte jag när jag kollar utifrån tornet och inte på mina kameror heller. Har han parkerat någonstans? Ska se när han kommer förbi. Hittar inte honom på min lista heller. Här kommer ledaren och han som tar sig ut på sista varvet nu. Torbjörn Solberg, tvåa. Sigurd Finden. Nej, någonting har hänt där nere för Stian Frudelund som låg på en andra plats. Ja, det är det faktiskt. Han står i depån just nu, ser jag. När jag blickar ner mot depåområdet, han står under plåttaket. Här ser en short car. Tråkigt för Stian Frudelund som inte kan ta sig i mål. Det var ju bara sekunder kvar på klockan för att kunna bärga en andra plats. Men det ville sig inte i racet för Stian. Då får vi istället se att det är 151 som går in på en tredje plats som det ser ut just nu i alla fall då. Det är ju Kristoffer Aumundsen som verkar bärga en tredje plats, för det är faktiskt målflagg just nu. Det ser vi den här ute. Det blev lite omkastningar på slutet faktiskt här i shortcar. De är inte så många, men det händer ganska mycket faktiskt för de samtliga positioner i fältet. Men då har vi i alla fall där segraren, startar med 69. Torbjörn Solberg. Andra platsen till Sigurd Finden och tredje till Kristoffer Aumundsen. Här kommer han förbi. Ja, de vinkar lite glatt här upp till publiken på läktarna. Jag tycker ni ska vinka tillbaka, ni som befinner er här på Kinnekulle ring. Detta härliga sommarväder. Det blåser lite grann där ute, men det är väl skönt att det svalkar lite för er också. Ja, fler förare tar målflagg. Härligt att se. Norska shortcar är på besök under Raceweek 2025. Riktigt intressanta race de kommer att bjuda på under helgen. De kör ju som sagt 2 i morgon också. Vi tar in dem till Park Familj och har ju då prisutdelning senare i morgon söndag. Ja, men damer och herrar, vi tackar dem. Ger dem applåder som sagt när de kommer in till depåområdet alldeles strax. Riktigt bra kört av samtliga i shortcar-klassen, och jag och Thomas Nilsson kommer att tacka för mig uppifrån tornet just nu, för vi kommer att lämna över till mina kollegor i Akila Formel 1000 som tar över alldeles strax. Men ha en fortsatt trevlig kväll, på återseende imorgon.
Welcome to the first race of the weekend here at Kinnekulle. It's the 5th race weekend of the season, and I'm joined here by Richard Olsen to my side. And I'm back from a trip to Rome where I was missing last time out in Knutstorp, so I'm back from my vacation. And we're ready to go racing here for the first race of the weekend. It was a very exciting qualifying, to say the least. Very tight, especially from 5th down to P11. There was 1/10 in between them. So let's start with the grid order. In first position, we have Oskar Melstig after a very good lap in qualifying. Alongside him, for his final weekend of his race career, Christian Lovén. Andreas Skattebo in P3 and then Linus Stjärnlund in P4. Further back, we have Gustav Berlung in P5 starting that close couple of cars that was within 1/10, and then Devon Lewis Grabko with his career best qualifying. William Eriksson in P7 followed by Albin Gustafsson in P8. Kalle Svensson in P9, alongside him Fredrik Lindholm P10 and Jonathan Nylander P11, Max Stjärnlund P12. William Isaksson P13, alongside him Pete Norbeck and P15 Enzo Collin, and rookie for the weekend, first time driving Aquila, Sixten Sandgren, who's actually borrowing my helmet this weekend. So if you see close up with my name on it, it's not me, it's Sixten Sandgren. P17 Selina Hessman and then Johan Wahlan P18. Agnes Wahlan had a crash in qualifying and they will be starting P19, and Lionel Score will be rounding out P20 of the grid as his fuel pump didn't work in qualifying and he couldn't get a lap in. So Lionel Score will probably have be the biggest exclamation point in this qualifying, I think, in this race. What do you think, Richard?
Yeah, problems with the fuel pump made him that he couldn't participate in the qualifying. So yeah, he has a great pace, so he will climb up multiple positions on the opening lap, I think.
Yeah, one to watch definitely. He's known for his flamboyant and aggressive driving style, where he usually is not the one to back out of a battle. As we see them now warming up the tires in the final couple of corners of the lap before lining up on the start-finish straight.
Yeah, very interesting to see Christian Lovén on the front row in his last race, as you said. He had some troubles, I think, in the beginning of qualifying. He went into the pit lane, and then they solved it under the red flag, I think, and then they went out again with great pace.
Yeah, he came into the pits, the car was limping, and then the father, Peter, had to solve that real quick before getting out again and putting on in career best, I think, in P2 qualifying for his final weekend. Also one to watch. A bit of a story, he has not finished on the overall podium in his Aquila career, which has been 4 seasons in total. So will this be the time around where he will do it? I'm not going to curse him by saying too much, but so far it's been looking good.
Yeah, you need great race pace around this track, great racecraft, because lots of racing here, especially down to turn 2. We're going to see lots of overtakes, I think.
Yeah. I can tell you already it's going to be delay in this start because I already see one car lined up in the wrong position. That's going to be a domino effect all the way back. So give it at least a minute before we go start racing. So we have about 10 cars left to line up in their grid box. A very spread out grid on Kinnekulle race track. It's far between the grids, which means it's hard to get someone off the line, but you might be able to get something done into turn 2 on paper, but turn 1 in reality, because the first one under the bridge is completely flat.
Yeah, so by the looks of it, when you start, it looks like the leader is on the outside, but you can actually say it's like the inside, because the first corner isn't really an overtake opportunity.
See, one of the marshals has been looking on the back, at the back of Fredrik Lindholm's car.
Yeah, the black and orange car there.
I don't know why that might be.
And they're pushing back Pete as well.
Yeah. Give it another minute at least before we are ready to go racing. So Richard, I know I'm a driver coach, but who are you coaching this weekend?
I'm coaching Lionel Score this weekend. He has a very great pace, and we've been working on a few things to figure out the lines around this track, because a lot of it is quite hard to find in the beginning. Like, you drive quite narrow to find the best pace around here, so yeah. It's not easy, but he's doing a great job. Yeah,
and you are a race winner on this track, if I'm correct?
Yeah, it was Knut Sarp last year. It was P1 in race 1 and race 2, almost race 3. And
we'll get back to that if we have the time, what happened in race 3, but it looked to be a done deal at least back then last year. I myself have actually never won on this circuit in any series. It's one of the few Swedish tracks I haven't triumphed at. It's never been my track, even though it's very fun. This is a unique track in the sense that almost the entire lap is on the edge of the grip. Most of the corners are very fast sweeping, so it's not like you have to hit an apex and that's why you have to slow down. It's more so that the tires of the car can't just take more speed. So
very demanding on the rear tires.
Yeah. So if you mismanage your tires and push a bit too much in the earlier stages of the race, you might have to slow down in the end and drop back a couple of positions. So if you see a car sliding everywhere, that might be a bad sign for later in the race.
Yeah, keeping the tires cooled through the entirety of this race will be a game changer.
I think we have them lined up now, yeah. 5-second board is out. Cars are revving up. Lights are on and they're out. Christian Lovén makes a poor start, but he still managed to fence off Andreas Skattebo. Oskar Melstig is clear ahead. William Isaksson makes a move on Jonathan Nylander. They're almost 4 wide into under the tunnel between Pete Norbeck, William Isaksson and Fredrik Lindholm. As they come down into turn 1, Christian Lovén is getting passed by Andreas Skattebo on the inside. Oskar is checked out a bit ahead. And then we have 3 wide in the Kvarnen. As they rejoin now down the straight. Andreas Skattebo has a run on Oskar Melstig on the outside. Max Stjärnelund is fighting to keep his position, and then they're side by side going into Molinskeppen, into Molins corner. Christian Lovén right behind them, and there are 6 cars in the front group. Then Devon Grabko has dropped down 1 place to P7. William Eriksson and then Fredrik Lindholm has made a position up. Max Stjärnelund has made a couple of positions up, and then Kalle Svensson, Jonathan Nylander, and then Pete Norbeck, William Isaksson, Enzo Collin, and then Johan Valand.
Yeah, Melstig defending into the last corner here, and Skattebo will get a great run on the front straight here.
Yeah, we have 4 cars within nothing basically. Oskar Melstig in the lead. Andreas Skattebo right behind him, bumping him almost. Oskar Melstig moves when Andreas was moving. That will not be popular. Linus Stjärnelund has got en pass. Christian Lovén as well. In under the bridge again, into Kvarnen corner. It is Oskar Melstig, Andreas Skattebo, and then we have side by side Linus Stjernlund and Christian Lovén. Christian Lovén fighting to fend that position off, but I think he will have to see himself passed by Linus Stjernlund. And then side by side once again with Andreas Skattebo and Oskar Melstig into Molins knappen. Linus Stjernlund has gotten past Christian Lovén, and then it's Albin Gustafsson behind game making good start. Gustav Berglund, then Devin Grabko, then we have William Eriksson, then Fredrik Lindholm, so top 9 in one group basically.
Yeah, Skattebo with a really great pace here in the beginning. Oskar Melstig defending in almost every corner on this track now.
Yeah, Lionel Score has made 4 positions up so far. And we see Agnes Wahlan retiring in turn 2 with a car that's not being driven. She had to switch cars after qualifying because of the crash, and this car seems to have broken down. So a nightmare weekend so far. Oskar Melstig now fending off Andreas Skattebo. Around the outside he goes into the bridge. Can he make a move stick? He's around the outside seal, which will turn into the inside in corner. Will he get it? That looks like a surefire move. Indeed he does. So Andreas Skattebo, the new leader, with great pace here in the beginning. Linus Stjernlund in P3 behind. Christian Lovén trying to get past because Linus Stjernlund is actually holding him a bit up now. Oskar Melstig tying out around the outside again into turn 2. Turn 3, I mean, of course. Into Molins corner. The group is just getting bigger and bigger. Devin Grabko has dropped down to P9. As Max Stjernlund is now catching up as well, and Kalle Svensson. So we're turning this battle from 9 cars into 11 cars soon. And then Jonathan Lördag, Pete Norbeck, William Isaksson, Enzo Collin, and then Lionel Score.
Yeah, and the car that stopped over there was Agnes Wahlan, right?
Yes.
And it didn't need any safety car because the car is in a safe place.
So start finish straight again. Oskar Melstig trying to make the move back on Andreas Skattebo. Linus Stjernlund behind, and then it's Albin Gustafsson. Side by side is Christian Lovén and Gustav Berglund. Gustav Berglund almost goes off on the curb, but he makes it stick. He stays on the track. And it's still Andreas Skattebo in the lead. Oskar Melstig, Linus Stjernlund. They have gotten a bit of gap now. And then we have Albin Gustafsson, Christian Lovén, and Gustav Berglund.
And Lionel Score has overtaken Enzo Collin now as well.
Yep. And we see Pete Norbeck passing Jonathan Lördag under the bridge. As we now go out of Molins corner into the TV corner. And Andreas Skattebo making a bit of a lead now. As more cars is actually catching up to the big group ahead. I have not seen this many cars in one frame in Aquila before. And that's saying something.
Let's have Christian Lovén on the outside in the last corner. See if we can make a position here.
Yep, side by side. He's pushing Linus Stjernlund down the straight to get by Albin Gustafsson. Oskar Melstig and Andreas Skattebo fighting. And Albin Gustafsson will have to see himself passed by Christian Lovén.
And Oskar Melstig almost trying the dummy there, overtake on Andreas Skattebo into the first corner, but Skattebo defends for now. So, and now Melstig has the outside.
Once again, we've seen this basically every lap so far, but Oskar has to slot in this time around. And we see now Fredrik Lindholm has gotten past William Eriksson as well, so making gains this race. And a spin! Max Stjernlund spins in collision, and it's a big crash! Devin Grabko, and then Pete Norbeck, and it's another crash! Jonathan Nylander! Oh!
Yeah, multiple cars involved there.
I think everyone is able to get away at least, but I think now Devin Grabko's race is over, unfortunately. The car is too much damage. Yeah, it's smoking at the back of that car.
Yeah, Devin Grabko just an innocent victim in that crash.
Yeah, unfortunate for him. Max Stjernlund lost the car going down the very tricky right-hander, as we talked about earlier. And it's going to be a safety car because Devin Grabko is in a very dangerous position right now. So neutralizing the 3 wide though, into the corner between Albin Gustafsson, Linus Stjernlund, and a contact again! That looked like Fredrik Lindholm and another driver. I couldn't quite. Gustav Berglund and Fredrik Lindholm had a collision in corner, and now there's a safety car deployed. If they just had that earlier, we could have avoided that crash, but another victim in this hectic race. But now we calm down, cool down, get to think about what we just done.
Yeah, so the drivers now get to cool down the tires while they try to take these cars away. At least 2 cars standing on the track.
Yep.
One over in turn 2 as well now.
I know one guy who has won from all this chaos and safety car. His name is Lionel Score, and he started from P20. He's now up to P8.
Yeah, many positions gained from Score. So The driver's now hoping to get this race started again. We'll see how fast this takes to clear everything.
Yeah, I think Devon is gonna need a lift and not just a tow, because that car looked very broken. So, to run the field down, we had a hectic couple of laps, but now we have Andreas Skattebo in the lead, ahead of Oskar Mellstig, and then Christian Lovén, Linus Stjernlund, ahead of Albin Gustafsson and William Eriksson. Then we have Kalle Svensson, Pete Norbeck, William Isaksson, Lionel Skår, Fredrik Lindholm after that collision, and then Max Stjernelund, Enzo Collin, Jonathan Nylander, Selina Hessman, Johan Valand, Sixten Sandgren, and Gustav Berglund, who has gotten out of the gravel trap after the collision with Fredrik Lindholm in turn 2. So it's just Devon who's just going to need to get removed from the track somehow.
Yeah, and he seems very disappointed, but it looks like he's okay. He was just trying to avoid the spinning car, and the spinning car clipped his rear wheel, so
yeah,
major damage there. So
yeah, I saw his car was two-wheeling at one point, so the collision was heavy. I hope he is okay. Adrenaline still rushing, so even despite the reactions, he could still be injured, but I hope not. As they now have the truck to hitch him away from the circuit. I think we're gonna have another lap after this under safety car conditions before they can remove Devon from the track. Very big shame for him. He qualified in P6, a career best, but was already dropping down. The inexperience unfortunately showing, and then innocent victim after Max Stjernelund spun ahead. Also just experience lacking from him. So a series of unfortunate events unfolding, and Devon Grabko ended up with a short stick at the end.
but it looks like Max Stjernelund's car is seemingly alright for now.
Yeah. Might be some toe damage.
Yeah, maybe, but the car looks fine from this angle, so maybe he'll be able to continue this race. It's impossible to know now when the cars are driving so slow, but when they pick up speed later, maybe there's a problem. We don't know.
We can only wait and see as the safety car takes another round, but now they have gotten Devon pretty much off the track, so I think this will be the final lap behind the safety car that we're entering now.
Yeah, so Skattebo is now warming his tires. Everyone is warming their tires, and for now Skattebo, everything that is on his mind is just trying to get a great restart here.
Yeah.
It's quite hard to pull away on this track, but it is possible.
Yep.
The slipstream is very significant around here.
We've seen it before that someone pulled away, but unfortunately, despite pulling away, you can't always win it.
Yeah. It's never too easy. When you think it's too easy, that's when it gets snatched away from you. So
Yep.
You always have to be on your toes. Check for checkered flags.
Yeah, exactly.
And be ready for everything in a race.
Yep. Yeah.
Yeah. So the car is now going around, and as you said, it looks like everything is cleared now.
Devon clearly disappointed.
And we also like maybe a bit of dust and gravel on the track still, so the drivers have to be quite careful in the first lap or so.
I spot something now where Devon was standing. It's coolant on the track.
Yep.
As we said, his car was smoking before. That might have been the coolant hitting a pipe or something. Exhaust system, because I see water. It's outside of the normal racing line, so it shouldn't be that much of an issue.
Yeah, and the drivers cross it without turning. Basically, the cars are straight when they're passing it. So, and fortunately, as you said, it's coolant and not oil.
Yep. As we see now, safety car lights are off, so we will go back to racing once again. Andreas Skattebo will lead the field with 18 cars now behind him.
Yeah, and he's very, very experienced. So I think he will do this restart flawlessly. Yeah. And if I was him, I would wait until you get as far as you can on the straight.
Yes, because of the toe. If you go too early.
And he pulls now.
He pulls very early. That could come back to bite him. Come into the corner. He's weaving to try to break the toe from Oskar Mellstig, but he's still there. He's going to have to defend himself into turn 2 because Oskar is within slipstream distance. Pete Norbeck got a poor launch and is going to be threatened by both William Isaksson and Lionel Skår going into turn 2. Lionel Skår almost goes off the track when trying to overtake, but Andreas stays ahead of Oskar for now. Oskar has the rounding corner and is actually on the inside now of Andreas. They're side by side. No, Oskar is ahead. Oskar the new leader after a good restart. And now Linus Stjernlund down the inside of Christian Lovén into turn 3, but he can't make that move stick, and Christian stays ahead. Albin Gustafsson having a little look at Linus. And now Oscar, then Andreas, then Christian, then Linus, Albin, William Eriksson, Kalle Svensson, Pete Norbeck.
Lindholm almost out in the gravel there.
Fredrik Lindholm stressed from Enskog Collin behind. Perhaps some gravel still on the car or some damage, we don't know. I did tell him before this race, go hard or go home, and he certainly went hard.
And we now see Oscar Melstig in the lead now, so he will be defending here for Skattebo. See if he takes the outside line here into turn 1.
He dives down the inside, but Oscar fends him off. It's very tight. That is something Andreas is gonna be a bit pissed about, if I'm being honest. Andreas now looking on the outside into turn 2. Once again, Christian Löfven has to fend him off behind. Linus Stjernlund and Albin Gustafsson trying to make a move, but Christian Löfven still ahead. Pete Norbeck has made an exceptional good race so far. He's passed Kalle Svensson now. And up into what is P7 from P14 on the grid. So good race from him. Oscar Melsting now with Andreas Skattebo right behind. Andreas almost hitting him in turn 6. And then Lionel Skår behind William Eriksson and William Isaksson.
And now Christian Löfven has the chance to catch up to the top 2 because they are battling so much right here.
Yeah.
We have Melstig with aggressive defense everywhere. And Skattebo is very eager to get this move done.
Now Andreas tries the outside. The inside didn't work last time around, so he's going to try the outside this time, which turns into the inside into turn 2. And then Christian Löfven might follow him actually. Oscar might lose 2 cars here. They're at least side by side. It seems that Andreas is passed, and then Christian Löfven also on the inside of Oscar Melstig. Can he get the round down to turn 2? Turn 3, I mean, sorry. No. But Andreas is definitely ahead of Oscar Melstig, and then is Christian Löfven, Linus Stjernlund, Albin Gustafsson. We have a group of 5 now fighting for the lead. And then William Eriksson behind that. Kalle Svensson has gotten back past Pete Norbeck. And it's up into P7, and then Pete Norbeck in P8. Lionel Skår in P9 now, basically halving his start position so far.
Yeah, and it's very difficult for the drivers now. We have Skattebo leading, and he only has to think about his mirrors, while the other drivers have to think both forward and backwards. Not easy to both defend and attack at the same time. And we see Skattebo go for the early defense here. He will prefer the outside line into turn 1.
Yep. Oscar Melsting now pushing him. Once again, bending what is allowed in the rules. Andreas Skattebo now defending inside into turn 2. And Oscar Melstig sends him the dummy, and he goes crashing into Christian Löfven. That is the very, very clumsy from Oscar. Oh, I can't help but feel so bad for Christian Löfven right now. He makes a wonderful qualifying, and once again, just an innocent victim.
Yeah, that was no fault of his own, and he's now stuck on the curb here. He's beached, so very, very unfortunate.
Gut-wrenching stuff. Oscar Melstig, when he was looking for the move on Andreas, not really seeing Christian before making a move, and
we will surely have the safety car out here again and finish on the safety car because Christian Löfven is stuck in a very dangerous position.
There we have it. Safety car is out.
Yeah, and it will be Skattebo taking first place this race.
Yep. Once all is said and done, it's going to be Skattebo, unless his car breaks down on the way there.
We don't have the safety car yet, no?
No, it's just a yellow flag actually. Don't want to pull out the safety car. I guess they deem him in a safe enough position. Still stuck on the inside. So Andreas Skattebo, and then Oscar Melstig, and then Linus Stjernlund. I am 99% sure Oscar is also in for a penalty, so with that in mind, Albin Gustafsson might be on for a podium here, even if despite being in P4. Andreas Skattebo, Oscar Melstig, Linus Stjernlund, Albin Gustafsson, and then William Eriksson going towards a P5, and then Kalle Svensson P6. Lionel Skår P7 after a wonderful recovery drive. Pete Norbeck in P8, and then Max Stjernlund P9. William Isaksson P10. Fredrik Lindholm P11.
So we're heading out for the last lap now, and Skattebo will be not so much under pressure into turn 1 maybe. We'll see about Melstig's run here. And Melstig is with him. Yeah. But there's a yellow flag,
but
and the best
overtaking about it because it's a yellow flag. So the best overtaking spot of the racetrack, unusable.
And we see the drivers slowing down there a bit, which is
what you're supposed to do.
See, yeah.
Andreas Skattebo now back under the bridge. Oscar Melstig behind, and then Linus Stjernlund, and then Albin Gustafsson. William Eriksson still in P5, really impressed by him. Kalle Svensson P6, and then Lionel Score looking at P6 on Kalle Svensson right behind, and then it's Pete Norbeck, so it's very close between the fight for P6 and P1. Andreas now, he has checked out. He will not be able to be passed into the final corner, so he has sealed the deal. Andreas Skattebo comes out of the final corner. Is the checkered flag out this time? Yes, it is. Andreas Skattebo wins race 1 here at Kinnekulle. Oskar Melstig in P2. Then Linus Stjernlund P3. Albin Gustafsson P4.
And over the line, Lionel Score beats Kalle Svensson over the line. So P6 for Lionel Score on the final lap.
Mighty impressive. And drag race between Fredrik Lindholm and William Isaksson. William Isaksson won that one out. So, after a very
what a race.
Eventful race, Andreas Skattebo is the final victor ahead of Oskar Melstig and then Linus Stjernlund.
Yeah, that will for sure be investigated after the race there with Melstig and Christian Lovén.
Yeah.
And what a race by Lionel Score from P20 to P6.
So Christian Lovén goes to the inside. He is alongside at this point. Oskar Melstig tried to sell the dummy on Andreas Skattebo and just, unfortunately, thinking that Christian Lovén, he could have been in his blind spot actually. We have a large one of those in racing cars, so unfortunate, just wrong place, wrong time. Very sad for Christian Lovén. It's heart-wrenching stuff because he
drove such a good race.
He drove such a good race. He did an amazing qualifying. It's his final race weekend of his career, and he's gonna be way back now in race 2 as well.
We will root for him to make a comeback in race 2.
Oh, yeah. It's gonna be an interesting experience in the pit lane and paddock after this.
Yeah.
I'm 100% sure. But I'm sure everything will be sorted out in due time before race 2.
So all the drivers now, the race 2 starting positions are determined by the finishing position in race 1. So very unfortunate for the drivers who retired, and also if there's any penalties coming anyone's way, it's very unfortunate because it's everything about the starting position in this class as well. You know, you can climb multiple positions, but you know you want to be in the top 5 at least to be in it for the win.
Yeah, and Lionel Score will be one of those after a mighty recovery drive. So Lionel Score P6, Kalle Svensson P7, Pete Norbeck P8, and then Max Stjernlund P9 after his spin early on. Then William Isaksson P10, and then P11 Fredrik Lindholm, Gustav Berglund P12, Enzo Collin P13, Jonathan Lander P14, P15 will be Selina Hessman, P16 Johan Warland.
Yeah, so a total of 4 retirements this race.
Yeah, Christian Lovén being the final one of those. So thank you for joining us this afternoon. We will be back tomorrow for 2 more exciting races with Christian Lovén being one of the hungry ones to make many positions up, and I know Devon Grabko will be too after his retirement in this race. But until then, thank you for watching and goodbye.